Let's talk about some of the things that you utilize to catch those fish and explain exactly why you use these and how you use those.
You know, right there, the vibrating jig, you know, I was just able to cover a lot of water. It works really well in the springtime. It can represent a bluegill, a crawfish, a shad really well. You know, I had that on a Bass Pro Platinum rod, 7'1", medium heavy rod. I had it on a 6:8 gear ratio Platinum reel, 20-pound Bass Pro fluorocarbon. It's just a good setup for that bait. And it's one I can cover a lot of water with. It catches both big ones and little ones and everything in between. The rod on the bottom there was my flipping rod. I caught, I'm gonna say, 60 or 70% of the fish that week flipping, just going down the bank. Those fish were spawning. Any little indentation, little point, anything that was different on the bank, I would flip that up there with that pit boss in the back, that Berkeley pit boss, and just work it out real slow, and you'd get a bite, you know. And that's how I caught the majority of those fish. And then here, obviously, the spinning rod, caught some fish on that shaky head, but I also caught that great big one, you know, on that drop shot, and that was the one that I was super excited about. And I got, you know, you gotta put the sunglasses in there, because in the spring, in the muddy water, you need to find any kind of target you can underneath the water. And the better you can see a target underneath the water, and the further away that I can see it, I can make a quieter presentation to it, and fish always spawn next to a target. They're just not gonna spawn out in the open. Sunglasses are super, super critical in the spring, critical all year long, just to be able to see those things underwater. Not necessarily see fish, but see a stump or a log or a weed clump, something like that.
Talk specifically about the targets that you were working on in that last day, because I know there were a couple of, it was either indentations or there was a very specific condition that you were looking for.
Anything, irregularities, that's what we'll call it, you know, because there was a little bit of shoreline grass, there was some hardwood in there, but some of the places had like an undercut bank, and so basically that fish could get closer to the bank to protect one side of its bed, you know, from predators, which at this time would be bluegill trying to eat the eggs, so it could get up a little closer to the bank and just have to protect, you know, 180 degrees. And I was just looking for those little tighter, smaller areas that was different going down the bank.
It's been 7 months ago that this all happened. It seems like it was only yesterday. One thing that we enjoy about this particular run on Discovery Channel is it's given us a chance to go back and re-examine all this stuff again. And I know that, listen, trust me, it was a fun experience while we were there. It's just as fun to look at it again right now. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
It was a really, really good time.